Hello and welcome everyone to the Wednesday, February 18th, 2026 edition of the Contributor Experience, SIG Contributor Experience team meeting. This meeting happens every week, but every other week, depending on your time zone. This is the Americas edition of this call. Next week and last week will be the APAC editions, APAC and EMEA friendly editions of this call. The purpose of this call is to go through the work that's going on in the special interest group for contributor experience, give any updates, do any collaboration that we need to do. Here at the beginning of the call, we like to offer an opportunity for anyone on the call to introduce themselves. This is totally optional. I'll start off. Hello, everyone. I'm Caslin Fields, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the Special Interest Group for Contributor Experience. I am also a co-lead of the Contributor Communications subproject. And my pronouns are she, her. Anyone else want to introduce themselves? Totally optional. If not, we'll move right along. We have kind of a small meeting today. A small group of folks anyway. So we'll see what trouble we get up to. We spent the first 15 minutes of the call off the recording discussing LinkedIn. To recap, there was an issue with LinkedIn where folks were seeing that a different Kubernetes page run by a company was showing up as the first result in LinkedIn search. And so folks proposed putting official on the Kubernetes cat on the Kubernetes page on LinkedIn that we run. So we went ahead and did that at the beginning of this meeting. We discussed some of the pros and cons of like what it means legally to infringe on the trademark and like what we can do realistically to as a community to be good stewards of the trademark on various platforms. And we decided to put the official on the LinkedIn page for now and see how that goes. In terms of legal stuff, that would be on the CNCF. I kind of interrupted my train of housekeeping items to give that update, but the note stock was already shared in the chat. I'll share it again. Please add yourself as an attendee if you haven't already. And then note taker. Anyone up for being our note taker today? Christopher? Yeah. Awesome.
Take notes.
Perfect.
I'm pasting some of the interesting topics that I saw from the APAC meeting from last week, I think, that I would like to bring to this call.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm sorry if you see this on the Friday notes too, but if we don't have time to do it this call, we will bring it to Friday. They are not
That's
urgent.
great.
Mhm.
Cool. Let's hop into it then, I think. Cat.
Mhm.
Cat is hyped up. Oh, I didn't do the code of conduct reminder either. Wow, I'm off my game today. Reminder, this meeting operates under a code of conduct, just like every other meeting in the open source Kubernetes community, which essentially says to be respectful of your fellow speakers and attendees. So the agenda here is to run through our various subprojects and talk about any updates. The first one is Maintainer Summit. We also have some information about Maintainer Summit in the comms section, but let's talk about Maintainer Summit stuff. Christopher and I, I think, are the only ones here from the current Summit staff team, and we missed the Summit staff meeting this week.
Yeah, actually, we are lost in what I don't saw the recording, so maybe we lost anything important in that call.
I assume that they went over comms, which would
Yeah,
have been
most
nice to
probably.
hear updates on.
And I guess also the some changes of Josh. Well, the Josh part we're working on it async, but yeah, I'm lost on the comms side of the of the summit.
That's the way it goes. Natalie's handling it, it seems like. She's already made sure that a couple of different messages got sent out. She didn't even write all of them. She had someone else help her with the writing, which is great. I
Okay,
think
cool.
AI also helped with the writing, which is fine, as long as it says what it needs to say. Um, Registration is open. Messages have gone out. Schedule messages have gone out. Um, Good reminder here. Last year, we had some issues with registration. A lot of folks were still new to the whole maintainer summit shift versus Kubernetes contributor summit.
Mm.
So, especially the community, we didn't set up leads last time because CNCF is owning the maintainer summit, whereas the Kubernetes community owned the Kubernetes contributor summit, which happened previously. So we had to kind of reinvent how we're doing community
Do,
leadership on the maintainer summit, and that's kind of what's going on now.
do you think we'll need comms for remind this to the community?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what Natalie is doing, right?
I'm not sure if there's one specific to this, to the on-site registration. I have to double check.
Yeah, we should
Verify.
probably. We've already got messages out about registration being
Yeah,
open.
but I don't remember if they mentioned this thing.
Yeah, and also like they'll need to do additional messages about registration being open. That's not a one and done thing. That's a you do it 3 or 4 times throughout the time frame anyway.
They have, oh, okay, for the, okay, registration. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So just a reminder to when you send out the next comms about registration, include a message about on-site registration not being available. Well, do we want to phrase it that way? Because on-site registration has never been available.
Oh, okay.
The issue was that people didn't catch that registration was open for Maintainer Summit last year and they showed up and it was enough people that the CNCF was like, fine, we'll make it work.
That was an exception for 2025?
It was an exception that happened kind of on site just because of everything that was happening.
I
Um,
mean,
but it's not something that we normally do.
okay, I thought that was a thing
Oh no,
last year, and
no,
this year it was officially like, hey, we're not allowing this. I mean, if that's the case,
we don't
you're
really need
right.
comms about it.
We don't have to do comms for this. But you have to be also have that like follow the plan. Like let's keep posting about this maybe every week, every 2 weeks. And when the registration is gonna close, like also be
That's
change
the
the
thing.
be like to remind people. Yeah.
Yeah, there weren't enough comms last year. People didn't get the message. They showed up
Okay.
and were mad.
That will be more much more efficient. Okay.
Yeah. Send regular reminders, you could just say. Yeah. Other stuff with Maintainer Summit. I don't know of any updates to the meet and greet shenanigans, whatever will be happening there. I know Natalie's supposed to be helping out Josh on that, and Josh is out, so I don't imagine there's anything we need to go over on that. But you, Christopher, might have updates on the website shenanigans for Maintainer Summit.
Yeah, so there's a pull request that Josh opened. I'm gonna add that link.
I moved the Maintainer Summit registration notes to Maintainer Summit
Okay, go
in the
ahead.
notes.
Um, oh, I don't see the section for the website. But yeah, let's add like
But yeah,
website.
there's no section for the website, but if it's
But
Maintainer
that's a pull
Summit
request
related
that's
website, we could
so
put it there
just so you
instead.
know, all know Josh opened this pull request for adding the meet and dedicated page for the meet and greet for Maintainer
Okay,
Summit. And
perfect.
as he's off, we decided to open other pull requests that will be covering some feedback that we gave Josh for it and some other and to close them before the Maintainer Summit for of course. And there's someone that have helped already to that open Prajot. was helping with this, and it's still in review, but we hope to get them closed. Maybe mm, for this week or next one.
Works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Done is better than sitting in a queue forever.
Mm-hmm. I will add the link. If you have, you're not sharing the screen in this meeting. Do you think?
I can if you'd
Yeah, you
like.
can. Yeah, will be
Yeah, of
better.
course. Let me pull
Uh,
that out.
um,
That's set up so it's a little bit
Meet and
nicer.
greet. So yeah, so people could see what I'm talking about.
There we are.
Community.
I'll move these
Yeah,
also
so
to the
I'm gonna add
enhancement
the
section.
link to the notes so you can please open it when you can.
I moved the website bit to up here
Okay.
to the Maintain Summit section.
Yeah, check that URL. That's what Josh has been working on lately.
Yeah.
So he created a dedicated page of the events happening at KubeCon, and under that page we could see both Maintainer Summit and the Kubernetes meet and greet.
Are we going to fix the ordering of this?
Yeah, that's also another issue that my shadow for the summit stuff, she
Working on.
she said that she is interested in working on it, so I'm like holding and letting her
That's
like
leadership.
I'm holding myself to like giving her space and time to do it, and I just told her, hey, we want this before KubeCon. Um, and she said that she could do it this week, so let's see how it
Cool.
goes.
Sounds good. Are there any other open issues? I know you wanted to add events to the nav bar at the top.
Oh, actually, Josh came up with an idea. You could see in that preview. Josh preferred to add check community. He
Okay.
likes more the idea of having the events this page,
Community events. That's fine.
and I think the only thing that I don't like about that idea is that the you see the community events is not under the same format. But I that like seems to be that there's no way in you to handle that and not breaking all blocks, because that's another thing. Events its own page, but this is under community, so that would mean that events is under community. So
Hmm.
if we change that link, we most probably are gonna break other blocks that are referring to the old way of. Um, it will be like
Hmm.
all blocks are. I'm gonna add in the messages so I can explain myself better. Are under events, but the Josh is proposed having community. So
Hmm.
we don't wanna break all the old blocks with this new way of moving the content.
I think logically it does make sense to have it in community because it's a community event, but also it's a community oriented site. It's the contributor website. So I think the only issue I would have with putting events in the nav bar would be if we think people are going to misinterpret that as like these are events that anyone can attend, because maintainer summits
Mm,
have restrictions on attendance. You have to be a member of the community in order to be able to attend them.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if we put it as a top level page on the nav bar, I think we might want to have like a landing page that says that clearly, that these are events for community members to attend. Org membership is required. Here's where you can find information about org membership. Um, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, technically, you would have that problem with community too. And it's harder to find for
Members.
anyone, whether they're looking for it as a member of the community or not.
Yeah. At least in the 2026, we have that like that eligibility disclosure in the Maintainer Summit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We can
yeah,
have it on
that's
the
something that we
individual
need to keep
pages.
track of. Like don't forget to add that disclosure for
Yeah.
sure.
Make sure to add. So with that I think I prefer having it in the nav bar as its own thing because it'll be easier for people to find. I think some people in the community probably go to the site just to find the event info. And so they don't want to have to do extra clicks going into community and then to go to events. So I think I prefer having it in the nav bar.
Okay. I could discuss that with Josh.
Yeah. I can also add my comments if needed. Yeah. Cool. Anything else on website for Maintainer Summit?
Mhm.
Cool. Let's hop on to mentoring. I'll do the usual update of we need help in our mentoring subproject, primarily program management type activities. Mentoring has kind of three major activities. One, I'm going to reorder these because this is how I'm going to talk about them. One is working with external mentoring programs, things like Google Summer of Code, LFX mentorship. These are programs run by external groups. Typically, the way that they work is like people apply to be mentees. And if selected, they get paid to work on a project for a certain amount of time. And in order for Kubernetes to get these mentees, we need to submit projects to those opportunities. And thus, maintainers, leaders in our community need to know that the opportunity is open for us to submit projects in order to get mentees from these programs. Um, so there's some program management involved there where we need someone to kind of keep an eye on the timelines of the various programs that we could be participating in and making sure that our leaders are submitting projects so that we are participating in them.
Who is
Um,
like there's a form, like who is keeping track of those projects and submissions?
the individual programs at the moment. LFX just closed, so there's no opportunity to submit projects to LFX right now. Um, Google Summer of Code. Someone reached out to me about that recently. I don't know if we submitted anything to Google Summer of Code. This is kind of the whole problem is like we don't have a unified Kubernetes view of what we've submitted to these projects. On the LFX side, there's a repo where they have all of the projects that were submitted to the program. I don't know where it is off the top of my head, but I could probably go find it. But they also ask SIG ContribEx for our final approval to make sure that the projects are really things that are submitted by leads in the community because we kind of own the list of leads in the community. So we usually get to see all of those, but it's through them messaging us, not through anything that we're doing. For LFX. I don't know if there's a similar repo for Summer of Code. Someone
Oh,
asked
okay.
that in new contributor orientation, and I was like, I don't know. And
So
then question there?
no, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Did you get a count of how many people attended? Because I did not.
I didn't had like the exact head count, but I believe there was on like under like 20 to 30 attendees.
Mm, I should have counted. Whoops. Um, we had new contributor orientation on Tuesday. We typically try to run new contributor orientation once a month just to make sure that the content of that is fresh and there's always a place for people to go to get the information about how to contribute and ask questions of people who are current contributors. So we run that live once a month and we put the recording on YouTube so that there's always a fresh recording for people to see. That went well. I think there were a good number of people there. We got some great questions. It was a lot of fun. I guess that was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And then the third thing that the mentoring subproject owns is group mentoring. So the idea of group mentoring is taking existing contributors and helping them build the skills to become reviewers and approvers or leads in various groups within the community. So there's some documentation in the mentoring repo about how to run those cohorts. And it's kind of a, if a group mentions a particular need, like they have some chairs who are rolling off, they aren't going to be able to do as much work in the near future or something, and they really need to get new leads onboarded, then they might reach out to figure out how to run a mentoring program so that they can get people into those leadership positions and the group doesn't die.
Very important.
And new contributor orientation is the thing that mentoring does that's specifically geared at helping net new contributors. We kind of have such a cool range of mentoring programs. I think that's probably good for mentoring updates. Any questions, comments about external mentoring programs, group mentoring cohorts, which I don't know of any at the moment, and new contributor orientation?
Actually, yeah, for NCO, we had some progress. Like in our, I created a private Slack channel with the people that have expressed interest in the NCO blog. I have Arpit, Swathi, Avni.
Mm.
Someone I didn't know Avni was like kind of leadering that idea, this NCO idea with Swathi.
Yep.
And yeah, anyone interested also, we would like to make this an initiative or having an NCO blog. And yeah, we'll be discussing more about this on Friday, I think. Hopefully Arpit could be there, and because we have a bunch of submissions, but we haven't wrote posts for all of them, neither a blog, well, with a long version of those submissions. So if you're
Yeah.
interested in contributing with comms, that's a good one.
Yes. Good point. Um, there's a question.
Yes, I had a question regarding the new contributor block. So will it be a long block with and it will have a number of contributions, or we
That's the thing. We like everything is green. Like
like there would be a few number
whatever
of blocks,
idea
and for each block there
that
would
it.
be okay.
I think the original concept was, so Avni and Swathi have set up this form where they've been asking newer contributors to share
Mm-hmm.
their experiences. And so they've collected several of them through this form. And so I think the idea was to put those that they've gathered together into one blog that shares several different contributors'
Okay.
experiences. In the past, we've also had initiatives where people wanted to interview a specific contributor about their experience, either experienced or like newer to the project, and just do a blog about a single person's experience. Folks are welcome to write those and put those onto the contributor site as well. But I think this specific project is about the content we've been collecting through that form, in order to help promote new contributor orientation and show how
Mm-hmm.
it's helping people get involved in the
Yeah,
community.
if your the submissions are in this sheet. Um,
Yeah, I do have my submission in there as well. Like I also
oh,
added the
Nice.
cool,
submission.
cool.
Nice.
So like we just want to. I formatted a little bit of the table,
Hmm.
and like I would like to that every time we promote the NCO, like it has a story or a submission
Hmm.
if we have on queue, and like the some of the limitations of what we currently have is that we don't have any way to keep track of people that have joined the NCO and are actively become active contributors. I don't know if Google Analytics is gonna be a solution for this, or like keeping track of the GitHub statistics that the project has, but because right now it's a matter of perception, like the people that Caslin sees in the attendee list and the PRs they open, but we that's
We've
another thing
discussed
that.
this before. It's not something we can really track, but we'll have that
But I
discussion again.
with that discussion is in progress.
Again.
At least for LinkedIn, we are that spreadsheet covers the LinkedIn portion of the idea, but the longer version
Okay.
we will like some help on someone that is willing to write that longer version as a like a blog that could be linked
Mm.
also in the post.
We've discussed tracking people's contributions before, and there were problems with it. I'll have to take some time to remember all of the conversations we had, but
Oh,
I'll post
okay.
something in Slack about it. I remember the conclusion being that there was not really any way to like track that. At least not that we were comfortable with.
So are we also thinking of showing the contributions as well in the blog, like
Oh,
If you
the
like
want
new
to.
linking the
contributors?
PRs and issues?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I mean
That was
that
the
would be
question. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Up to
Hmm.
you.
I think that would be a bit better because in that case, the new contributor can like open up a PR and like they can see how simple or how easy it is to just I mean get started with contributing. So that would be something I think which they would be interested in.
You're interested in the blogs part of it?
Yes, I can help wherever I can.
Okay. I will add you to the group. So,
Sure.
yeah, that's all for me.
Cool. Except that it's not because next is contributor comms,
Mm-hmm.
which you added a bunch of stuff to, which I think was from the previous meetings, maybe.
No, I copied also some of the things from yeah, from APEC and that I have one from Friday. Um, yeah, so anyone
There's a
that's gonna be in person Maintenance Summit, uh, there's call for help, a volunteer call for the meet and greet.
I don't know if they've created that issue yet. The action item here is that Josh and Natalie need to create the issue for people to sign up to
In
staffing.
community, in Kubernetes
Yeah,
community
I think
project.
so.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me check. I'm gonna do this live.
I was like, is there anywhere else that could go? No. No.
Checklist. I see a checklist. Mm, Josh opened a checklist for doesn't. Check that out, but that doesn't seems to be that issue you're looking for. And yeah, and there's some comms for Open Source Summit India, um, KubeCon Japan, KubeCon India.
No.
They're currently open. So
It meant it. That one has
oh,
it as a to-do item. Create issue for meet and
that's
greet.
too that's pending.
Yeah.
So create. So the issue is for um volunteer call for the meet and greet.
Mhm. Yeah. Let
Okay.
me see if I can find
Yeah,
the one.
that will be much more efficient than here. Yeah. So we should pull. I could. I we should like write these drafts for on Friday for these events, and yeah, be publishing them next week, ideally. Especially keeping Japan as is um closing soon.
Yeah, those will be messages of the week for us to make sure that we get done on Friday. If you want
Yeah.
to go ahead and put them into buffer, feel free.
Yep.
And I added an example of the
Volunteers.
meet and greet issue.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Kathleen.
Was there
So for
something
the
about LWC?
site, oh yeah,
Site?
in last week on Kubernetes development, like I checked the February 8th one, and
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
think we cover, yeah, we covered some of them on Friday, in last Friday call.
Okay.
So
We
no
can discuss it
updates.
more on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
More of a Friday team thing.
For the
In contributor
site,
documentation. Yeah.
so far, other than the events ordering issue we have, I'm working like with this initiative of having changed the layout for ease the process of people like especially new contributors to find is the SIG that is more relevant or which one they are more interested in. It's in
Right.
progress right now. I wouldn't say this is ready to merge, but I would like to know what you guys think about this, if it will be beneficial, and even Caslin, you could click under each SIG and it will render a detailed page of each one. So I would
Nice.
like to know like what things do you think are useful and which are not. So I could because it's a really big like this is
I
a lot
wouldn't
of
include all of this. Yeah.
and
I think just
do
the
you that this is a lot of content also this adding to the build process of the website, so it's taking longer in the pipeline too. So I would like to limit the scope a little bit also.
I see. I mean, I don't think we need. I guess is this just the README that's on
Yeah,
their?
that's pulling from the README
Eh,
of each SIG. Yep.
if that's what they have from their README, that's fine. I think it would be good for us to, if you think we've never had any discussions that I remember about issues with like build times of the site or like build resource usage for the site. So I'm not too worried about that. If you're worried about that, then I think that we should set up some like success metrics of like if people are using it, using the analytics that we now have access to. um, but we have not previously had any particular concerns about long build times on that. There's usually not any pressing changes that need to get out right this second on
Hmm.
the
How
contributor
about
side.
the filters? Like, do you think that filters are relevant?
Yeah, I think that seems good. I don't know if people will actually use it because it depends on what they're coming for here, right? If folks are coming here to find a group to contribute to, maybe they'll use the search to try to find like, do any of these use Python? Because
Oh,
I know Python, but we don't have that information there.
no, not in the README, not at all.
Yeah. So we might consider like what information would be useful for folks to filter based on and how can we get it? Because typically I don't think that SIGs put like what languages they use because most of them use Go. There's just a few that use other languages. But sometimes folks show up in the community and they're like, which group uses this language? Or like I was mentioning in the new contributor orientation, um, like Azure skills can be useful because we do use Azure for some of our infrastructure needs as a
Sure.
project. So like technologies, being able to filter the SIGs based on the kinds of technologies and skills that they need would be
Hmm.
interesting. And that might be a bigger project of like, hey, SIG leads, we need you to add this to your READMEs for each SIG. And we could do that as SIG ContribEx. Those are processes that we can put into place.
Maybe, yeah, maybe in the NCO, like that in having people from the NCO, pulling people from the NCO to be able to search on those technologies could be helpful. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. And we have at least one new contributor here today who in the chat said, excellent work, very useful. So there's interest from one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming up with this idea and exploring it. Really
Hmm.
appreciate how you've been like identifying things to do and running off and doing them. That's how things get done,
Thank you.
as you've learned.
Hmm.
Cool. Let's move on then. Moderation and media. We could talk all day, but we only have 7 minutes. So I'm just going to skip that unless anyone has any particular questions about Zoom, Slack, YouTube, calendar issues, or mailing lists. I
There are
like that we have
some
as
calendar
issues.
issues that I think we
I'm
haven't
aware.
responded some of them.
I mean, I put it in here as calendar issues, not as calendar, because there's nothing but issues. If you would like me to recap the situation, there is that there's a number of issues with the way with our calendar setups across the community. We currently
It's not
use
gonna
Google
six, seven,
Calendars.
7 minutes are not enough.
Yes.
You could
We
skip them.
currently use Google Calendar. There's a few different issues with making sure that folks are getting those invites correctly and able to use them in ways that are useful to them and stuff like that. So we're currently exploring Bevy, which is the tool that the CNCF uses for managing calendars and invites to meetings and stuff. The biggest issue that we see with that right now is that folks have to create an account in order to join the meetings on Bevy, which we consider to be an issue for Kubernetes community meetings because we want anybody to be able to attend these meetings. They're public meetings. We don't want to have to bar people on creating an account with the Linux Foundation's platform. So that's still something that's under evaluation. In the meantime, we'll keep trying to patch the holes as best we can.
Cool. Yeah, please continue.
Anything else? Okay, cool. GitHub management. We had some discussions about that in the leads meeting yesterday. I don't think there's anything in particular to bring up. This does remind me, it's not really a GitHub management thing, but the SIG annual report. Requests are out for each SIG to give their annual report on how things went in 2025. We have a draft going. I'll see if I can grab the link to it. But we have a draft. The chairs and tech leads are working on it. Here, got it. Let me put that into.
So, I'll...
Oh, perfect. Open discussion.
yeah, it's under there.
Perfect. Here's the. I have the draft here. Oh, I guess it's there. Hold on. Let me put it above. Here. There. There you go. So if you all are interested in what we're saying in the annual report, you can take a look there. I still need to add some stats. I didn't have any time yesterday. I need to add some stats on social media and new contributor orientation in here.
Wow, a lot of things were retired.
Nice.
Like, those are projects that are being closed in the retire section.
Retired. Where's the retired section?
Think you could scroll up. No, events. No, it's on the under. Sorry. After events in the sub project section.
After events in the sub-project section.
Leave
Sub-project.
administration. Yeah, after.
Sub-projects, working group.
Yeah, the thing is that
promotional.
it's being toggle because you're checking you
The commit.
also have the comments.
Yeah,
Exactly.
retired in
Yeah.
2025.
Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, I'm reading wrong. The markdown is being rendered weird. If you
I see.
Yeah, if you check the markdown preview, it looks like everything is being retired, but no, I see that.
Okay. Well, that's something that needs to be fixed. Good catch.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be rendered as a website
Oh, yeah.
or just code?
Continuing. Yeah, because there's no space here. That's what's happening.
Good catch.
I have no idea how they're going to use this. Good catch on your part.
Okay, I will add
I
a
wasn't
comment
looking.
there.
Just needs a space.
Continue.
Yeah. Do you want to add the comment?
Yeah,
You can do that.
I'll add that comment.
Perfect. And we're at time already, so I'm going to quickly run through the other things that we discussed last time. So one, headlamp. Oh, I guess this is new, really, that we did a post about headlamp. Lots of people were paying attention to that. I did notice that. And then election volunteers, the election subproject, which is here actually, uh, needs to identify election officers. Yeah. Did you move it up there already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Perfect. Cool. New features from GitHub that were recently rolled out. That one I'm
Yeah, I've
not
seen
familiar.
that already. Some issues. Oh, that's broken. Oh, well, that was my bad.
I think I might have copied it wrong.
Yeah, that's better. Have you seen that
Pin.
already?
No.
Yeah.
Good to know. I guess we could put that in GitHub management.
Okay.
And what is this? Low quality comments?
Uh,
Guess it's something from the previous meeting.
yeah, that's from the previous minute, so I'm not sure what they meant.
Huh. I'm not sure what that's about.
I think it was a new feature that is coming for GitHub with the upgrade.
Okay. Cool. And we are a minute over. So with that, I'll let folks go unless any last minute questions. All right. Thank you all for joining today. Hopefully you learned something new. You can join us again on Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time for the contributor communications team meeting, where we'll discuss more about a lot of open items in terms of communications. We discussed the new contributor orientation work that's happening here, and there's several other projects that are happening in the communications subproject, which meets on Fridays. If you didn't get what you needed from this meeting, you're also welcome to reach out to me via DM on Slack, and I'm happy to chat with you. Thanks for joining today, everyone. See you next time.
Thanks. See you.
Bye.
Bye.